like that. Little crane going.
High-end shit, man. The locker room, stay back from here. The way it was, I know, no, it sounds like there's a major booby trap back here.
You're waiting for the door, and then you have speed.
Right.
Speed.
Matthew, I just feel like I'm about to be lectured here.
You're not gonna be lectured. Just talking to Coach.
All right, Coach. Well, I was going to ask you first off if you kept any of the funky pants, but clearly you kept the shorts here.
And the socks.
And the socks?
And I wore the plaid suit yesterday.
The first thing that, after seeing the screening, I emailed my friend Alan, and we were just like, did you see Matthew? And he's amazing. It seemed like you consumed this character.
The character sort of consumed me as well. It was a great freedom in it. You know, it's a great character and a great story. And certain films you've got to do more character work than others. This is one that enabled a lot of character work that I really enjoyed, and there became a freedom in that, you know, in a life of its own, to where very shortly into shooting, McGinty and I, the director, just got to where we could just set up a scenario. And while yes, we had the script, we could just set up a scenario and say, he'd say, I'm gonna press record, coach it, handle it. And it was fun and easy to do.
But there was like mannerisms, your hands, or little things we don't see that you were doing. Where did you get those things at? Where did you get the little, like, it almost like he was like a Weasley moving around a bit.
Yeah. Well, he said, I mean, a lot of it was studying the real Jack Lingle's speech patterns, and he had a bit of a different tenor and a different rhythm, say, than I do personally as Matthew McConaughey. So then it was about his approach. Some people walk with pelvis first, other people walk with the chest first, and then there's people like Lingo who walk chin first. So that sort of led to the physicality of here, and then, I don't know, we didn't say he had a bum shoulder, but he sure did like to shake that right hand, and he never pointed, and he always was just like this. And then, I don't know, little things just sort of organically happened that became consistent, and I didn't really have to think about him anymore. And so that's one of the great things about what I get to do. If you get a character or you get some character work that you're able to do, things come alive, and it all comes from the inside out. And all of a sudden I look up there, and I watched the movie last night, and I was like, I never even remember thinking about some of those things I was doing, but I didn't know any better. You know, it just happened.
I think you're going to surprise a lot of people with your performance in this role, but were you able to, like, turn it off at times, or was it just something you...
I didn't want to turn it off. I still don't want to turn it off.
I'm getting
You know, I didn't want to.
Yeah.
No, from day one, when I went and addressed the kids who were the football players, I walked in there and I said, they were like, hey, McConaughey, how you doing? How's so-and-so? And I said, everyone, you got 30 seconds to talk to me as Matthew McConaughey. Let's get it over with right now. Because in 30 seconds, or actually 25 now, I'm Coach Jack Lingle from now on for the next 3 months. And that's what it was. I showed up as coach and ended it as coach, and everyone knew me as coach. And it, you know, that's just taking care of your man, my man as an actor, and it was fun, man. That's the fun of what I get to do. You get to go inhabit a character and say, I'm going to stick with it. And it was fun every day. There was no show up on set, be Matthew, and then go, okay, hey, now I'm going to go be coach. No, it was fun, and it was more true. And it also, it helps with the job. If I'm going to talk with the director, to talk to him as coach, maybe we're talking about what went on, what happened last night or what happened last weekend, but we're talking as coach. So all of a sudden, we go in front of camera and we're doing a scene. It's not like a stop-start. You know, it's, yeah, walk over in front of camera and hope you press record, because we're on. You know, so that helps, if anything. You know?
What about the weight of this being, you know, what happened?
Weight.
The
right.
weight of constantly
Not
on
my
you.
16
no,
pounds heavier, which I
no.
was.
No, I'm talking about the
weight.
actual, you know, the event.
Good question. You know, with a true story and something like this, there's a responsibility. And with the responsibility, sometimes you can look at it as, it can come across as a weight on your shoulders. This was not, though. I didn't know if it would be or not, but because the script was there, because everyone involved, hearts and minds were in the right place, because the town very early recognized that we were coming in to tell the justified story, not exaggerate it and not placate it. It became a privilege with the responsibility, much more than there was a weight on any of our shoulders. And so that's just because we were going in there purely, you know? We had no secrets, we had no ulterior motive or agenda of what kind of story we wanted to tell. And so it became a privilege, and with that became a certain freedom that, you know, there was a momentum that we picked up. Even the crew picked up a momentum, and it became infectious, and we didn't want the thing to end, you know?
Yeah. You were amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
I
Thank
really
you so
enjoyed
much.